think we've done a better job of accountability. These daily meetings, have they not helped us with having nowhere to hide as far as like sales leadership goes? Well, these daily meetings, we need to all, and we can look at the numbers, we're gonna go into it, but we need to be a little bit harder on the people around us. I mean, we're not really addressing some of the things, and so I would. Yeah, I already said. Now the thing, okay, the part about the illegal, all right, is pretty simple, guys. Let me explain to y'all my big picture vision of this. There was some big companies completely dependent on legal. This company would love to have 2,000 jobs in legal right now. We don't even have a fraction of that in legal, and it was because salespeople were getting upfront commissions on the jobs they got in illegal. Now you might say, Lee, we've done that, we've tried that. We're giving you $1,000 draw on tile, but moving forward in 2024, we're gonna put an initiative in place where we put cash in your pocket. Jojo, you wanna make 3,000 next week? Go follow the procedures, sign up 3 tile roofs, get them into the legal process, and the next week you can get $3,000. You wanna make 150K plus commission? Do that every week. Do it every week. And then you know what? After 90 days, we're gonna convert 30% of your tile jobs into retail. What we're gonna do is we're gonna build a pipeline that will make you have enough money to make 250K plus. But what's dying is our belief. Apex, CMR, big in this process. They're out of here now because they put everything in illegal. I want us to try and get the roof spot first. I want us to go through the process. The ones that we can't get bought, the ones that don't work, we then push into the legal process, and we pay $500 for shingles, $1,000 for contingency. What am I paying for? I'm gonna map it out, but I'm paying for a completed offer. Why do we stay in business? What's different about our business model than CMR versus Apex? None of them completed the offer. They depend on a third party to do it. So Kyle can help be your third party to do it, but we want to teach you to take the right pictures. And it's your job as the sales leader, if I'm paying money out on your book of business, to verify these jobs. And what we're gonna do is turn them over to an engineer who's gonna take them over from here, and we're gonna get them registered with an attorney, and you're not gonna be able to get paid on them until it's with the attorney and it's verified. But if it's followed all those steps, then we're gonna be able to cash flow this legal pipeline. The legal pipeline still pays, does it not, Chris?
Always.
And why is legal pipeline good? Why is it good to do this?
Guaranteed money, I mean, it's like future sales.
And what makes the legal jobs better than the other jobs?
You need to talk about it.
And so guys, part of being profitable is being able to charge a good price, and everybody wants a roof paid for by the insurance. It's the easiest sell in America. This is not over with. We got 1 year to file claims from in. All the roofs left behind in Punta Gorda, all the roofs left behind in Naples. I have big goals for this office. I want 10 million just from this Punta Gorda office, Chris. These are the things that are affecting our goals for 2024. So at different points of your business broke. At 50 million, going to 100 million, our business broke. We had to improve production systems. Aaron, the reason why we went to Job Nimbus, automation, the text communication between the customers, between everybody, us literally breaking financial systems. You've got a lot of different things here. I think the evolution of the inside sales, it's growth that we can generate all these leads, but part of this growth means that we waste a lot of money figuring out shit. And so, number 2, industry trends. The industry trend is like, dude, running a roofing insurance dependent roofing company in Florida is fucking tough. There's not very many of us thriving and surviving. Yeah, and if you understand why in 2024 it's gonna be hard, that shit ain't gonna change. If we ain't willing to just convert 30% of them retail, sell the 100 leads, 10 retail a week, if we're not willing to add solar to our roof solar combos, maybe we'll have the same sentence. Internal capabilities, we all got different departments, different processes, different things that we got. We got limits, and we all have to develop as humans. And the leaders in each department are literally, the limit of the law of the lid means that basically the leader of the division can't see it. If they can't believe in it, and if they can't get that vision to their team, the team doesn't really have a chance. So a lot of departments need help in growing the capabilities of the department, period. Whether that's new people, new ideas, or new execution. the competition out there, dude, it's more competitive right here in Punta Gorda. Am I wrong? Fort Myers?
14% more roofers are starting in 2024.
Okay, so y'all want to talk about what's holding us back, dude? We are at the top of the sphere. There's a lot of reasons why a lot of people are interested in partnering with us, because the roofers at our level have like systems technology, and you know, we really separated ourselves from a lot of people, but there's a lot of fucking people. And in order to make money, we got to charge more than what all those people, right? Our ability to make strategic changes are going to be what get us there. So I wanted to talk with y'all about goals. I mean, we didn't get close to the 100 million last year, but I felt really proud, especially how we rallied in the third and fourth quarter. Of course, the fourth quarter is a little bit dwindling. I can attribute a lot of that to the commercial department. But these are the goals. 300 solar deals, 40,000 a deal, 12 million. Commercial, how many did we do this year in commercial? 20 million?
18.
So we've got some big deals in the pipeline, and I want to do better. I want to do a better job chasing commercial. And then I'll show you how I came up with the number for residential. So this is, you know, what I want y'all to look at as a team. You know, PSL, where's Greg?
I was just
He's
thinking.
running late.
Okay.
Stuck in traffic or something.
Okay. So, I mean, I want to rely on Richie and help his support and help in that PSL department, but we need more guys and more salesmen. Boca's brand new. Jared, you have a big task because you say you have a lot of potential, and so I'm going to expect a lot of you there, and you've got expensive roofs, and so Naples, what did we do last year in Naples?
20, I think, right?
Yeah,
We did 20?
both one.
Well, guys, we're going to have to do more somehow, some way. And that right there, after a fucking hurricane has plundered and all your guys are fat and happy, bro, we're going to have to fucking rebuild, dude.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of stuff. We pulled shit out of our ass. We pulled green leaks out of our ass last year, dude. There's gonna be all kinds of opportunity. But I'm not gonna lower Naples' number.
No, if we had commercial of that too, I mean, that's a solid number. I mean, all of Naples is 30 years old.
So Panama City and Pensacola, here's my thoughts on this, Hollis. You know, there's some tornado damage. It's isolated. There's some hail. There's a lot of new roofs.
They got hail last year too.
Well,
So I
listen,
think it'll be peppered.
we don't make money up there.
No.
You don't get it. You may make money. We don't make a fucking dollar. All right. When we do jobs for 35%, our RCA makes zero, and most of the jobs up there are cheap as shit. Now, they depend on supplements. They are
Panama City is particular.
cheap.
No, it's high.
Okay, good.
It's weird. It's you get close to Tallahassee, you get close to Pensacola, the price
Panama
drops.
City
Yeah,
Beach
like
is
that's
where
not-
it is.
that's
Not
not-
Panama
It doesn't
City.
matter. What I want.
But it's all metal on the coast, but it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
But what he's talking about is, and later, he's speaking about some numbers that Paula gave us about profitability per rep based on your sales.
It'd be nice to get $5 million out of Panama, but if there's not a storm there worth working, then there's no point to even expect that money from there because it's the worst money on the whole
Who's
list.
that?
Huh?
There is a guy.
There's
Michael
Zach.
Edwards
There's
and
Chris.
Well,
Chris Webb. I don't really know.
Why doesn't he come
It's
to
Chris
these?
Webb. He sold 600,000 for us last year. He sold 600 grand for us. I mean, the market's still there.
insurance and retail.
Yeah. So I mean, listen.
And I don't recruit for him either.
There's that. Orlando. What are we doing? We're doing 150,000 a week or something, or what?
We got 105.
210 a week is our goal.
That's the goal.
105 for me, 105 for Jay.
Okay, so 210 a week is not quite 10 million. So that's
Actually,
it is.
It was
Okay.
5 that broke it down.
Okay, so that's 10 million for Orlando. You know, retail. Like if I was to add Ricky Southers is not here because he's hustling right now, and he's got no time to do anything but make money. But he's out there. He's already signed up retail jobs that haven't been converted. My goal is that whole group by itself down here for the next 60 days can probably sell 5 retail, maybe 10 retail a week themselves. But just the jobs that come from the internet leads that we sell as retail first, I honestly believe that we can focus on selling 10 a week retail, and that's an additional $10 million in sales. So more than revenue, guys, it doesn't matter what we sell, it's about what we make. And I have not crunched the numbers completely for 2024. We did less revenue. Feel like we'll have better margin. That I don't know though, I have no clue. I don't really care about what we sell. What I care about is to scale efficiently, to not have waste, and to make profit for the house and protect the house no matter what, because the house is what matters. And you know what? Our banking partners care less about how much we sell. They care more about the margin. For them, if we do 50 million and make 10 million, we're worth more money. We're worth a lot more money. We're less headaches and more profit. If we're doing 100 million and making 10 million, that's not exactly what they want. There's very rare roofing companies that make 20%. None of them over 50 million in sales. But there are roofing companies that make 20%. And that business model would look a little different. We might pay salespeople, less, and get the roofs done for less, and get the overhead and operation done for less. But the goal from today is to create KPIs for you in each one of your departments. Number one thing, guys, 12-step of roofing, the whole inside sales center comes from Paula, almost, recruits. I mean, not Nick running it, but almost everyone is from Paula's friends. And so this concept that we're always out here shoulder tapping, helping people, they're not even door-to-door roofing salesmen, but they represent us being able to do 100 to 200 appointments a week that we can track how much they cost. And that if we get the cost per acquisition to $1,000 per job, we can really turn a lot of profit.
I agree with you 100%, and the reason why that happened is because I knew that it was important to build a culture where people will one, be competitive amongst themselves, but two, if they're actually living a good experience, they're going to share that with everybody else. So that's the reason why I made it important for everyone to mention what we.
And let's say we needed to repair our company systems, our company financial history. We needed to repair some of the trust in the company for you to give us 100% to bring people into the company. I'm okay with that. But guys, as sales leaders in particular, if you're not spending 5-10 hours a week recruiting people, you ain't doing your job. If you're not posting every day on social media, you're not doing your job. If you're not getting people to the Zoom calls, you're not doing the job. If you're not showing up to the Zoom calls, you're not doing your job. If you're not personally out here putting yourself around networks, groups, different places, you're not getting the time and putting yourself in a position to find the people. None of that would have happened with the culture if Paula wouldn't have made the conversations. So anyways, recruit, hire, train. We're going to get better with using the door-to-door app, with making people train in the university, training on Zoom calls. Did National Roofing League help this year? No?
I think so.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Huh? I mean, we went through a lot of adversity. You think it was a positive light that even through adversity allowed us?
I think so. Like it's
Huh?
a competition.
What?
It restarts the new sales guy.
I love it,
It's on
guys.
TV every day, and papers, all the sales guys look at it.
So,
When
guys-
tough times, they see people still turning in deals.
That's what it is. The more guys you got averaging 10 points in the NRL, the more that you got real TRDs on track to make $1 million. If they're getting 10 points a month, they're on track to earn a Rolex. We know the numbers. And so, recruit, hire, train.
I think train needs.
Yeah, the trains is really the deal. We have an issue, accountability. It does pay more to sell your own jobs quicker. So a lot of people worrying about their own self, and not saying selfish, just saying I understand, but really figuring out long game, how to put this into your schedule. What do I need to do? Do I need to have someone call all y'all and remind y'all to post every day? Do I need to have someone call? Do I need to pay someone that? Really? Do I need to? Should I need to? Well, I had this conversation with my mom just on the way up here. And so anyways, whatever we need to do, we need to figure it out today, take ownership of it. The marketing, the leads, we showed huge proof of concept. We're going to make it better. And we didn't lose money on it, but I spent a lot this year. I spent total $1.2 million on Google, Facebook, inside sales, the whole deal. We generated about $8 million in roofs. We made a higher return on investment on Google than we did on Facebook. but I think that us having those leads, what do those leads do to help you get into neighborhoods and do door to door?
Six packs helped us,
Do we get the most out of them?
I'll say we signed 10 jobs last week off the leads.
Okay.
And
So the
7 of
leads,
them
even
were-
though they represent only a small percentage of revenue for the company, 20% last year, the leads matter? Those jobs matter?
Super married.
They-
I mean, it's 9-day difference.
Huh?
Shots came from the.
All right.
Yeah, are we tracking what deals come off of those? I mean, there's no.
We're gonna look at the ugly numbers though, and I mean we could look at them now about the cost per lead, cost per acquisition, and
I was gonna say, one thing I wanted to say about that is that being in job notice that I am in every day and following up with the sales guys that have left the company, to be honest with y'all, it's not that, it's that people are not following up with their customers. They'll send an estimate, but they don't, there's no notes in the system where they followed up. I can't tell you how many Nick and I found that were contingencies where people had left the company. So we would have had more jobs, more success.
yeah.
If everybody followed up,
Yeah.
sales managers follow up, I follow up, it's my job now to follow up with,
To-
people in
to
the
see
company.
sales
That's
reps?
huge. I mean, we spend so much money on Facebook, it's not fair that.
No, it's
it
not.
doesn't work. It
Well,
does work.
we're gonna get through this. The idea is very simple. We've tracked the numbers. We can improve the numbers. We got to do a better job coaching y'all individually to hit your goals. Like when I talked about, do you want to own a house? Put your goals along with what you want, and let us coach you to get there. You know what I mean? Let me figure out what you can do extra. Production, quality service, follow up. Man, with the 5-star reviews, with more communication, with faster builds, we got a lot to improve. I've got a lot of areas to improve, a lot of things to address, but have we not seen major improvements in production, communication? Have we not seen this huge improvement? And a lot of that's indicative by 100, 200 5-star reviews the last couple months. Thank you, customer care team. So us really knowing the numbers, knowing the costs, being transparent with y'all about the costs, the profitability by quarter, profitability of each department. What we're actually gonna be doing is looking at each department, thinking about how we can, because we broke down the cost by department. And we're doing that later, so y'all can help me figure out by department how we can get leaner. But the whole goal is accountability. And the key performance indicators are things that we've really gotten better at as a company, but I really feel like we don't have them dialed in like we can. Marie, Paula, what do you think that we need? Our level of KPIs, what we need to be doing more? I don't know, y'all are the numbers people. I'm referred to the numbers experts.
Yeah, I mean, Paula and I have been working on creating like a corporate dashboard for all of our leaders so that we can all see everybody's department KPIs. But yeah, the KPIs are gonna hold everybody accountable to our major goal for the company and moving forward each year and achieving our goals.
All right. Okay. Company goals, 10 million in profit. Talking to the roofing redline developer, y'all think that guy's really cool, doing a lot of cool shit, right? Yeah. Well, he's got insight to the biggest and best door-to-door sales organizations. Those organizations have 1,000 people. And he said, Lee, these guys are recruiting savages. They do it on a different level than you. I'm maybe the best recruiter in roofing, but compared to solar, how good are we? Bad. So our goal is to not be bad. I've got a lot of plans. I've got a new internet offer where I'm gonna be training 2 sales reps, solar sales reps. We got the roofing red line to launch. We're gonna scale up our Indeed, spend more money. We're gonna do a lot more shit to recruit. But one thing I need from y'all is team social media, team storytelling, team reels, team accountability, and honestly, proper use of my social media platform means you can use my editors. If you make a video, and we'll talk social media, we'll talk all that stuff later on, but all of it's gonna result in more recruits. Collaborative reels means people are gonna be retargeted with my ads, and my ads are fixing to be selling the opportunity to start your own roofing business, do $1 million business in your first year without a license or without any startup capital. What is that?
A 1099.
That's a 1099 LLC salesperson, guys. I'm teaching you how to build a business within my business. Let's not bullshit. This is not like a bunch of freaking employees. This is a bunch of people that are working hard to earn sweat equity into something big, and a bunch of people that want to become millionaires in roofing, owning their own business. Is that not what the fuck this is?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start changing the rhetoric and making people pay for training. And honestly, this new real roofing program, it's worth $200. If you had to pay $200 to get the roofing red line, the retail call, the trees call, my university, and the ability to be in the National Roofing League and win prizes, would you pay $200 a month for that individually, working for another roofing company? And that's the point. Well, Tree, you wouldn't. But
there's value there.
well, the value is that the only way that I've scaled is through the internet, and if I can get a paid advertisement that's successful and recruits through the paid advertisement, it's proof of concept not even fucking industry's doing. Vivint doesn't do it. That bullshit you sent me, that's not a sales training. They're not, Vivint should be selling sales training to salespeople.
It's a recruiting deal.
But that's the point. It's all about trying to teach leaders. And the real market, any content you create about recruiting, so many people hate recruiting, it's hard to get people to watch that content. Because you're creating content for like one special small person. When you create content for someone who's trying to make their first 150,000, their first 200,000, it's such a wider niche. And essentially, no door-to-door company recruits by teaching people these skills that pay the bills and making them pay for it. And if I'm the first one to do it and this dumbass roofer does it, you know, I need you to buy into it before it's possible, because we're not going to be able to get a submission on somebody unless we believe we can kill them.
Right.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
As far as this KPI for the company, I want you to think of what you can do. Jot it down on your notebook. What you can do different, not what you've already done or what you do daily or what Paul has already done. Right? It's something that you can do different that would help with this KPI. Is there something? And today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about when Lee is asking for you guys to commit to do something, that we verbally say what we're willing to do. Don't say you're going to do it if you're not going to do it. Just don't, say I'm not ready to commit to that. I need more information. I need more training. I'm not comfortable. Whatever the reason is, but just be a man or a woman and say I can't commit to that at this point. I would like to talk to you about how I can get there.
All right. Let me just talk out loud while you write down ways to recruit, because I'm a recruiting coach. And
I also did
she's a recruiting coach too. So we're going to talk with y'all while you write. First of all, a recruit is somebody that's just interested. That doesn't mean they actually show up and knock doors. A recruit could be people to the Zoom call. If you get somebody to the Zoom call, you did a job. You got to recruit. You got to recruit. That's a recruit. So 200 recruits per quarter, not that hard.
No, I said my goal was like 150 a quarter. This last year I did 100 per quarter.
Okay. So the quality recruits are the ones that stick better. People that come from friends and family, people that come from people that are from our social media, those are better. And we know that we'll get 20% to stick, and that if we can get the 20% that sticks to average $500K in sales, that number would equal $80 million in new sales in 1 year.
Last year was actually 36% that onboarded from the 400 and 15% that completed onboarding for only about 25 people to have numbers on the board out of 400 people.
Okay. So to make that better, we got to do a better job with the onboarding and with getting them successful in their first 10 days. But I believe this Real Roofing, I'm partnering with Brad Lee on it. He has a big platform. I'm also trying to get Andy Elliott to partner with me on it, trying to finish that. He has a big platform to get us more social media salespeople. But this idea, what you can do more, it's the reels, asking them to collaborate, stories, big wins, all those
I see
things.
stuff in WhatsApp every day. All of y'all post
And WhatsApp,
pictures
the
on
same
the
shit
roof
that
and
could be on
the check,
fucking
and y'all could just
Instagram.
put it on Instagram
But
and
you're
tag me
scared.
and
I don't
RRCA.
understand it.
Hang on, she can't. Did y'all hear Natalie?
Yeah, because I just see pictures every day. Sometimes it's y'all with the homeowner. Sometimes it's a picture of a contract. Sometimes a picture of a check. But y'all are pumping each other up in there, and I never see it on Instagram.
Nope.
So that was one of the things that we could move
You can
over.
use my people if you make a video,
Well, they cross
like
them
Greg's,
out
one of
anyway.
Greg's videos, I was up on his roof. Greg's really technical with doing his prepare for an adjuster using the chalk and explaining to a regular homeowner how they can get their roof paid for and giving them the science is a good example of an in the field piece of video content that can go viral. Jay, you do a lot of content that's like this. If you get someone to hold the camera and you get your chalk out and you make a video and you got it vertical, because vertical is for short form, wide is for YouTube. Does everyone understand that?
I always thought you told me to go wide.
I know, I fuck you up a little bit because I used to always create content for YouTube, but the life has changed. Life has changed to what? Short form? Is short form God? Yeah. Short form's God. Everyone has no attention span. Yeah. My point is, the video that I did of him explaining the damages would get thousands of views because it's educational, it's demonstrating, it's in the field, and it's me showing something. And I'll be honest with you, we just need to talk more about how to increase the quality, because if I don't share it, it's only because I want to make sure that the video adds value to my audience. So sharing a win for RRCA just to rub it in their face, it's cool, I'll do it. But I also need to demonstrate how it helps sort of everybody. A new entrepreneur, a salesperson, a business owner. When you add that to your content, then it makes it more shareable. Anyways.
So let's have them share what they wrote down, just real quick. One from each table. What did somebody write down here? Recruit. What you gonna do to help recruit?
Well, I was thinking that we could do some follow-ups with people that are onboarding to help more so not with referrals from new hires.
Yeah, that was one of my things, like tell them about the recruiting incentive
And that will then bring them, bring new recruits on from people that are recently onboarded.
That's a good idea.
I like that.
Especially anybody from your department or anyone that has needing a little extra thing to do. That's a revenue generating task. Not to say that not onboarding them isn't revenue generating, but when you create a lead, I'm looking for each department to add to sales in some regard. That adds to revenue.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking too, that'll also help us if they're feeling like they're not getting something. It will maybe also help with retention as well.
Yeah.
If they're feeling a little lost, like they're not getting something they need quickly. So,
Mike, what do you got ideas for recruiting?
For recruiting, I think the gym was a very good idea that we had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I've given my card to people in Chick-fil-A, like young people in line.
Levi's close with the guy
really-
at Athletica. He
Yeah.
knows the general manager there.
But no recruiting is going to work as good as talking face to face, because you can see videos and whatever. I'm sure there's good videos out there, but when a person sees you face to face and you share that experience with them, and they could tell like.
Well, Shira
this
went
is
to
for real.
Ohio for her gym community. It's a whole gym community, right?
Yeah.
So you got a whole crew up there. If we
There's
had a
like 65 people there, and there's a
So if you
ton
had
of sales
if you
guys.
had a company in Ohio that we could hire a shitload of them.
Yeah.
Well,
And there's people here in Florida that I've already put feelers out for. They
Right.
have, like, there's this one guy starting a new company, like, this week. But I was like, if it don't work out, let me know. And he's right there in Fort Lauderdale.
whenever you get a recruiting guy like that on the phone, here's the process. Send them my social media, get me on the phone with them. I don't mind those quick 5 to 10 minute calls, and they sometimes after they check the social media feel like I'm doing something special for them. So that one in particular, I'm happy to help on. Tree, what do you got?
I got a bunch. So the main one that we really can start doing like tomorrow is at USF. They do something called Bull Market.
Uh-huh.
It's like vendors can come in. They set up a little booth right by like the main study hall area with all the lunch spots or whatever. And it's just like anyone can go. And so Vivint used to have a booth there and would recruit college kids weekly to come in. So I think that's one idea that we need to do.
That's how I got in the roofing industry, is at college.
Yep.
We tried to set it up before. It's a little bit more complicated than just walking in there. And
Kyle,
setting
how
up.
did you get recruited?
So I had already been doing roofing and I was going to school for marketing and I got it for business. And the company called the Edge Contracting, which you actually know the guy.
Mike?
Mike, yeah, he passed away last
Hey,
year,
guys,
2 years ago. He recruited me and I went.
At college, you were just knocking on your door.
No, they set up a booth, so they had like a job.
A job fair.
Yeah, that's actually, like I did a whole.
Okay, we got spring coming up. We're gonna do a bunch of job fairs.
As an internship, like, hey, you have an internship set up.
Yeah.
And then you recruit them like that, you get real life skills, good resume builder.
But we should have a program set up, like this is kind of your plan, this is who you're gonna shadow, this is who you're gonna, we should have at least an outline program of what it is. I think truly if we're gonna retain them, we have to have a little, something substantial
Right.
set up for them.
And a lot of the internships, because I do internships from TCU and some of the different colleges for counseling, they have like a whole, who's your supervisor? We want to know that you're going to be, talking back with us. What exactly is the job and what are the responsibilities? And they look at and see if that's going to align with whatever their degree is, or you know what I mean? So you're exactly right. We do need that.
All right, go ahead.
Do we do any kind of exit interview when our salespeople leave with our salespeople to find out why they're leaving, what they didn't like?
They usually lie to us and steal the
Yeah.
deals and don't tell us.
We did call,
But
not all of them, but we
let's
did
keep,
call.
what else? What else for
The point
recruiting?
of that is that if you know
Yeah.
what the problems are, then you can pinpoint them and get better.
There's community events. I go to a lot of stuff with the kids. So like, I took the kids to Snow Fest this year, and there was only 2 other vendors there, and there was thousands of people there. And it was
Okay,
a great
so-
place to like set up. a
So you
booth.
got your typical events that we just did the weightlifting event, and we had some people show up. We did get the recruits. The recruits are for Texas. They're going to get started. But the difference events are great. I think those events are like your community events. You also got personal development events. And, personal development event, there's all kinds of stuff always going on in Florida. Tampa or Miami has a lot of different events from a lot of different influencers, sales trainers, marketers, that type people. Like Richie Coletti, he went to one of the events, met a sales guy who worked for Patrick Bet-David. His company is called PHP. They sell life insurance. So he signs up as a life insurance agent and then goes to the PHP training, sits in the PHP training and recruits 5 door-to-door sales reps. Because who in here is doing that? Richie, since he made $2 million in profit last year and gave me half of his company and is my most coachable student, is moving up to the second most person in this company. Why? Because he lives my core values more than anyone else. And he has $2 million profit that he's adding to the table. That's always nice. So yes, go ahead. Company goal. I think this is basic, dude. My dad says this my whole life, dude. Like, come on, Dustin, our whole life. Out of the sheets and in the streets. 2 a day and you can stay. But it's tracking that and holding people accountable to something simple like this. This is the fucking simplest thing in the world, Harrison.
Whenever we get on those
Well,
meetings,
these fucking kids, I mean, they're good
on those
kids.
meetings,
See, they're kids though, and we're gonna
you
go
know,
to,
50 doors this week, I'm like,
we need to do something different for
I
the
used
kids.
to not
If we're gonna be going to colleges
2 hours.
and recruiting kids, I truly believe we need to start them doing an hour. These kids in college need
Canvassing.
structure. Alex Peters, Ryan Coggan, they need to have real structure. You can't bring them in as a project manager. We've done it time and time again, I think it fails. I think for us in Naples, I wanna hire SEAL Team 6. I want reps, I wanna reach into Dave's market, I wanna reach back into Mike's, his people that he knows in Naples, get some real quality reps. The kids that we bring in, let's start them slow. Maybe we pay them an hour to knock doors for us that we can give to the guys that have been around for a long time. And if they show that they can do that, then we graduate them. I know we tried to do that before, but the kids are tough.
to touch on that, I've already spoken to Lisa and Natalie about that, and keeping them on a limited amount. So instead of having it like a training bonus, it's $1,000, having like, hey, you can make hourly for 5 days, and if you are able to produce within those 5 days, then you can graduate to a profit or a percentage kind of rep. But until then, you're just a canvas.
But do we not have the tool to get them to the office to draw the territory for them and say, these are the 100 doors you have to knock, and then just go knock the doors?
We have all that final structure put together.
We don't really do that.
They don't really do that, and they come in a little bit entitled, thinking that they're a project manager. and that they get to do what Mike does, or Joe Caruso does, or what Blaine Williams does,
Well,
and that's, you know,
They just
they're
don't
not in the
have
office every day.
the
And
They're busy,
they don't see the money if they're still going.
My history though, listen, my history, if I pay those guys hourly and then assign you leads, y'all are just gonna throw them on the ground.
Never paid out.
I mean, it's the same as an internet lead, is it not? So,
But I would say,
if it's an overhead expense,
I would recommend, like, what I was, like, Jerry had told me, like, we should just have the door knob, like, 10 deals, so, like, that $200 contingency. If you set an appointment, like, if you get us an actual appointment, you get $50 on that 200, right? And if you actually sit down and close it, then you get that 200, so we shouldn't pay them just the contingency. If it's like a closure coming, they should just not get that $200 contingency, give it to that the door knocker, $50, you set me the appointment, okay, so at least he knows if he gets me appointments and I have to go and do the inspection, I have this bullshit, please let me just do the inspection of my boss, but an actual inspection, you get $50. So at least if he knows in his mind I can get 3-4 inspections, that's the money for him. But if I close them, then he gets the actual one too.
here's the problem, guys. I throw money at y'all and you do what to it? Paula? Renee? What do I do? What happens when I throw money at them?
Solution focus.
Huh? Okay, well, I'm solution focused here, guys. I know success leaves, like, dude, here's the thing. If I pay to generate a lead, people don't respect it. And so, we're trying to eliminate costs. We are running too expensive. Part of the problem is everybody needs too much from the fucking house. You need us to generate the leads. You need us to fucking call your customer. You need us to, of course, do your typical production and build your jobs, but also have someone on site, handle someone if they're actually a problem, do the depreciation, do the supplement, call them for you. Sometimes if something doesn't go right, you hide, and then we have to go handle the problem for you. I'm not saying that this is it here with the people in this group. But if you look across the company, the problem is that we are spending overhead expenses that exceed 12%. And we are, what's?
I have a solution. I see their side and I know the kids are hard and I see your side because just paying them and not like tracking them and holding them accountable to track them. The solution is we just need to get better training. Now maybe Harrison can't do it all for the Naples
But I don't listen. Naples is not a kid's market. It's never been a kid's market, dude. It's been door to door in gated communities where all 80% of the roofs aren't done. You need to take the kids and drive them to Sarasota and drop them the fuck off. Dude, take them to fucking Weston. I know, but they're not gonna be successful. They're not gonna be successful in this area where all the roofers have been, where the roofs that are left, there's 10 to 20% of them left, that they're going to be successful potentially in a neighborhood like Gregg, where 50% of the roofs aren't done. Anyways.
What if we retargeted and tried to find some killers from other companies?
But listen, here's the point. I'm not debating this, guys. It's fucking salespeople. If you can't get your salespeople to complete 2 estimates a day, like, what are they doing? Anyways, it doesn't matter. I can pull out the roofing red line right now. And nobody here has 50 door knocks a day or even anywhere close.
Oh, it's supposed to be daily. It says
Yeah, and we don't even track completed offers. I know because the completed offers that we call the customers when we try to follow up on the company generated leads and they don't have an estimate, they don't have an myself didn't give me an estimate. We hear that like literally as the biggest reason why the deals don't close. So here's our stats, like, you know, Nick, we're gonna look at our cost per lead that includes everybody from the call center's cost. These Facebook leads are costing way too much, and I think it's $5,000 per job.
Seriously?
Yeah. For Facebook.
Yep.
Turn it off.
Yes.
Why would it be that much?
All right.
Well, it's because you have to take like all of your costs, and then one day you get however many jobs you get, you figure like, you know, the cost for acquiring those other leads.
That's the biggest,
Right.
that's the biggest issue.
Hey guys,
If we.
You hear this? They want to shut it off. Y'all got excuses and murmuring, and this is what happens, guys. It's the fucking solution. Who else has got a money printing machine that can turn the goddamn... I'm the monkey dancing on the video. I'm the one that's fucking out there converting the lead. Okay? Here's the truth. Fucking thousands of leads, thousands of opportunities. We assign them to you. We don't convert them as a sales team. We're a sales organization. Extreme ownership means that we have to be more accountable as a fucking sales team. That's it. To complete an offer, to call the people, to follow up on the people within 3 days. Your job as a leader is to make sure the people underneath you do it. It's your job to hold the leaders accountable to make sure they do it. Since December, since we've had better accountability, 50% of the leads have not been off of the first fucking thing.
Can they be?
Why are we meeting every day at 7:30 not talking about that? What the fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about the leads every day.
No, but it's ridiculous.
No, we're not.
No, but hold on. It's ridiculous to still have our acquisition costs still going up or being as high as it is, and we still have managers in this room that decide that, hey, I looked at Google, the house is too small, I'm not gonna go. When you pay for the lead.
$1,500 cost per appointment. It's $1,500.
So
That's
the
what
lead
it
is
was.
paid for. It goes into our acquisition costs.
If I walked up to you and gave you $1,500, how would you treat it?
It's because everyone has jobs already. If you come in here as a new rep, what do? You go to every fucking lead, no matter what it looks like.
But they don't
But
want to
as
give
a
the
new
leads
rep,
because
you
they're
shouldn't be
inexperienced.
giving
They don't want to give the leads to the new rep because they're.
No, I'm saying like they have that mentality coming in.
Well, maybe they should get them
You guys
to.
have overloaded people too. I mean, you've seen.
Greg's overloaded. He's got leads all over. He's got problems to handle. He's got priorities. Then he's got stuff going on in his head about production.
And then they can't train.
Then he's got all kinds of
Well, we
different
need to
things.
know about all of that.
No,
I was gonna say,
but
the-
he needs to have more people with him.
Hey,
He's the
wait,
only one that's in his
wait,
territory that
But
doesn't
guys,
do
this
anything.
is the accountability piece that we gotta get better at, right? So if you're overloaded, then you send out the communication to the people that make the, do the leads or that are assigning the things, and you say, I'm overloaded. You communicate to your sales team, hey, I'm overloaded, does anybody have a new guy that could go run this lead that's hungry, right? So all of that just helps you.
I mean, indirectly you did. That's why I came over there and we came over there.
But indirectly, if we meet every day, guys, we're grown men. We speak the fuck up. Otherwise, why are we meeting? Are we there to fucking pat each other on the butt or make more money? I love y'all. You're my family, but we're here to make a fucking business difference, not sit here and patty cake over bullshit. We've got the leads, dude. We got the system. And, you know, I know that we're going to continue to get lower costs. I know that I can do things with system rise to improve it. I know we can get more efficient with the call center team. There's all kinds of different things we can do, but
and there could just be like an extreme emphasis on if it is a lead and you do Google it and you see where it is and you don't like it, it's super important to say like,
that's
no,
not the
no,
only
thank
problem.
you.
There's a
I know,
systematic
but
problem.
the story that we're telling ourselves is that they're ungrateful. They don't care about the leads. They don't care about the money. They don't care about the services that we provide. But the reality is okay, they may have a very busy day and they can't get across town to go to a mediocre sized roof, and that just doesn't fit well with their day. But if they don't
integrated
communicate
schedules
that,
and shit, and the fucking dude.
if that's
like,
not communicated
this
to
is the
us,
next
we make
step.
up our own.
Greg's
like,
schedule.
what we
Your
think.
schedule's got to be connected to the fucking inside sales, so we don't book you across town. Otherwise, we have no fucking clue, bro.
And also, just getting feedback from the sales reps back to Nick's team as to the quality of the lead that you're getting. You know, give them feedback so that we can target better leads for you.
Yeah, just increase communication
Yeah.
would solve a lot of the issues. And I don't even know who we're talking about right now, but I'm just saying, in general, just communicate.
Hey, don't talk at the same time.
Yeah.
So at some point several months ago, we stopped, when I first started doing this, when my video ad popped up on Facebook and someone clicked on my ad, that lead went to me. If someone clicked on Arthur's ad, that lead went to Arthur. So
Y'all's cost
that
was
meeting-
5 times more than mine.
That meeting goes so much better, so much smoother. Because when I show up there, I'm the guy that they saw on the internet. Some time ago, we stopped doing that and just started putting all the leads into one and then having the call team distribute them as they wanted to, no matter whose lead they
Because
were.
no one here could make the videos consistently, Greg. Not one person in here gave me one video a week.
I stopped making them because they weren't being paid. I'm not gonna keep making videos if they're not planning. But I'll make videos consistent.
If I did your videos and didn't play them, it's because they didn't hook story offer and convert at the same price as mine. If my leads converted 60 and yours converted 260,
But listen,
bro, you're not listening.
Listen to the bottom line. That's what he's telling you.
The bottom-
If we're gonna be more profitable, we gotta watch the bottom line.
Right.
And he's giving you numbers that are saying, hey, it made more sense to the bottom line to run these others, right? And I hear what you're saying.
If
I hear
I
what
can't convert
Yeah.
leads, I can't convert leads. I'm trying. It's not lack of effort.
Okay, but let me explain to y'all. Greg, maybe it's my fault I haven't taught you how to sell retail. That's the truth. Because I really want the company generated leads sold retail, and you don't know how to do that.
No.
You have no clue. Only thing you know how to do is file a claim with them and sign them up for contingency. The problem with the Facebook leads is that's what we do to 80% of the leads. It's a systematic problem. How long does it take to get paid? So if we're spending $5,000 per job to get you a contingency, does that make sense?
No. We need to shoot you ads for retail.
It's not about the new ads, guys.
If they're-
Dude, you don't get it. God damn it, I'm sorry. I hate to say this.
You might not have seen the.
You don't fucking see the cost per lead. I do.
You gotta share it. You gotta communicate it.
Well, I'm communicating it.
Drop it in the group chat.
It doesn't matter. What matters is, for one, we don't get y'all to complete the offer regardless. If we send you a lead, the fucking lead needs an offer completed. I don't care how far it is. I don't care what it is. Within 48 hours, no come hell, no high water. That's how it's done, because I spent maybe $1,000 to get you that lead. So you do not take the $1,000 I gave to you and throw it on the ground. It's that simple. So, Ricky Southers, when we give him 100 leads, is going to sell retail first. And he went and reset leads, 5 leads, and I'm like, well, did any of them have any damage? He's like, well, one of them did. I'm like, well, after you can't sell them retail, you might want to tell them, that you can get a claim approved. Don't just walk away from them. But basically, if you're going out there and you're selling them retail first, you're saying, hey, you need a new roof, you can't have insurance, this is going to save you money on your insurance, this is the cost of the payments on a roof, you're never going to get a cheaper time to do a roof, and you make them what? You make them fill the cost of the roof, right? So this is what innovation and our core value of not being able to change, not being able to evolve, just stick to the same thing. Apex and CMR did the same thing, brother. They signed up only insurance deals. And it's okay for door to door. But if I send you company generated leads and that's what you do, it's a losing proposition for me. So if your book of business is a 50% company generated book of business, the book of business that is the golden goose of our company, it's actually not as profitable as it could be, as efficient as it could be, because it's built on an inefficient, unprofitable process.
And it's not only you, Greg.
It's not you.
You're just here.
And listen.
Sorry.
And the solution is.
The solution is.
This
is the solution. The solution is, if we get 100 leads and we sell 25 of them retail first, 10 of them buy retail without even having to go through the insurance process. How much faster do we get our money?
You just wait.
Huh? Okay. So, do we still sell insurance deals? Huh?
Can I pose a quick question?
Yeah.
So, what if we, kind of like the whole thing, require 50 doors, if you hit 50 doors a day, you get a lead, not just automatically give out.
Let's go.
It's a good suggestion.
For real, because I feel like they're giving, you guys are giving everything to them. Leads, paint, what about door?
Because then they're getting entitled. They're feeling entitled to leads, and then they're running doors.
But you don't know.
Never leads.
Greg does a really job keeping relationship with customer. Relationship is most important in sales. At the end of the day, Greg and Mike, they maintain the relationship, and that you don't understand what that takes. As an intermediary in between, you do understand. These guys do more than the guys that check out. So even if I do provide him a lead, whether it's running out there, the physical trips, how many appointments per house is it?
2.
Well, then you're lucky, bro. You're making money fucking easy, bro.
It's a lot of trips. It's a lot.
8 trips per house, guys, and do you get paid per trip?
No.
You don't get paid per trip. Do you spend money per trip?
Yes.
Out of your pocket, it costs you money to go to their house.
Yes.
When you're going to their house, can you make more money?
Yes.
Off the neighbors, but sometimes no. Sometimes you have to spend money to handle a problem that you can't even really make more money off of, right?
It's opportunity cost as well.
So listen, it goes both ways. What we have to have, guys, is a better. If you're not good at retail, I better see you on that retail call, bro. You better not tell me you're too busy for that shit, because I'm giving you leads. So if I'm giving you 20 more leads and you're not on a retail call and you're not doing retail and you don't have Jared with you showing you how the guys that he's got from retail doing the retail, then we're gonna continue to, because I want to keep giving you the leads. I just want to show you how to get the money faster. Because if we sold 10% of the leads retail and the rest of them we got into insurance, and let's say we got, how many of those are gonna go to legal? 50%? Okay, 50%. Greg says 25% because he's on shingles most of the time. But it's good. Shingles are good. That's why shingles are good. They do move fast for insurance. What's your...
90%.
Okay. So the point is, guys, if it goes to legal, the sales rep gets paid cash for it. You can cash flow. It's not a draw. We're going to do that in 2024. It's going to be required that you complete the offer. So you're going to have pictures. The pictures are going to have to follow a protocol. There's going to have legitimate damage. It's going to have an estimate. It's going to be turned into legal process accepted. And once it's done, I'm going to pay $500 for a shingle. I'm going to pay $1,000 for a tile.
Lee, when is that going into effect?
Today. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're committed.
We're even talking about it all.
Well, then tell them to shut up.
Jared, can we have your attention?
You don't want me to tell them to shut up.
Can we just, when I know that sometimes it doesn't pertain to you, but then when the noise starts, the people that might need to hear it can't hear it, right? And with us all being from different departments, certainly some of this doesn't pertain to you, but if you can think of what in the world could I do to help this goal? And kind of tune in, because sometimes you're just talking to somebody, you're like, hey, remember in the meeting, blah, 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 right? And help hold somebody accountable, even if they're not in your department. Okay.
All right, we said this already. I'm gonna move quick. Basically, when we put the deals into legal, once the attorneys, engineers have gone out, look, what happens here, Mr. Homeowner, is up to you. I can save you money on your insurance. I can give you a better price if you take action now. You don't need to wait on your insurance company. You need a new roof anyways. As a matter of fact, with my new roof, you're gonna save 30%. Here, let's go through the good, better, best options. Does everybody understand what I mean by close 30% of our legal deals into retail faster? Does everybody understand that? Has anybody got any wins in that department? Okay, share one.
Yeah, that's how I did most of my book of business down here as soon as the engineer came out. But it's because I set that expectation from the beginning once I realized we could do that. And I could get paid doing it like that. And so it just was like, okay, so as soon as the engineer preserves the damage, then this is just the process. And all the homeowners go with it because they think that's just the process. There's no other option if you don't give them another option.
How long does it take on a tile roof to get to that point?
I mean, to get to that point, probably like 60 days, but if you let it go too legal, you're waiting a year.
But if we're creating a lead on Facebook, and let's say we do spend $1,000 for that lead or that appointment, the goal is $250 per appointment because the 25% closing rate, $1,000 acquisition fee. Well, if you're able to get a tile job, $50K in 60 days, man, that's a great investment because the company's probably going to make $5,000, $7,000, something like that off the job, and I'm getting it within 60 days. That's reasonable. I can do that all the time. Spending $5,000 on a contingency that takes 6 months to 9 months, where we're tight and we need money to build jobs and we need all these different things. This is not. It works best when it's shingles and 75% of them are getting bought. It works best, but still, that takes time. 50% of sales, whether it's commercial, whether it's repairs, whether it's the jobs we flip, I want to be a retail company that's 50% retail. And honestly, every single customer that pays us within 30 days without having to worry about their depreciation, I mean, every single customer that is paying on the new pay plan is a retail customer. And, you know, like every time that we don't have to wait 90 days for our final profit, which is the only way that we can actualize our work, this is really what our company depends on. This is as much to sticking to the collection process as anything else. I know that providing solar as a business opportunity makes it a lot better for our roofing sales reps, right? Also know like one of the biggest places right now with the solar industry hurting for opportunity is recruiting solar reps. Isn't it easier selling solar in a roofing organization?
Yes.
So getting to 20 plus solar projects a month, 12 million in solar, that's gonna help everybody. It's gonna help our business opportunity. And we're getting better at solar even though we're not.
We brought in Nomo, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
better,
things
right?
are getting a lot smoother. Trees had a lot of jobs that have run through there already. He's good.
The Nomo process is better than the rest of the process and it's overall worth it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's overall worth it, the extra.
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Okay.
my workload.
Well,
for
and at the
sure.
end of the year, the profit and loss showed that it was worth
Yeah.
it too, even though that we did less.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did
All right.
it is profitable, so.
All right, guys.
Jobs are getting paid quicker and the
Installs.
the installs are faster and the solar reps are getting paid faster.
So just like we've been putting feedback on the customers to get the reviews, right? We're gonna start doing feedback with each individual job with the sales reps. And the people, of course, that are giving feedback to are people that are building your jobs, corporate, production. And so this is gonna be opportunities. We already get the feedback on the notes, we already see it. But our goal is to get half of the jobs where we get 5-star great reviews from both salespeople and customers. And you know, a salesperson is a client to the corporate company. If I'm sitting here telling them they're building a business with my business, how I build their jobs and how I get them done, that is absolutely a customer service that we grade ourselves on. Now it's hard when we're constantly asking them to do stuff, they don't live up to our expectations, to treat them like business partners. But this customer sales rep satisfaction measured by speed, accuracy, communication, documentation, and follow-up. So
Measured by Google reviews.
this is like, how do you track the production department? We want to get into KPIs for accounting, production, customer care supplements, a little unique. We're going to come that day. But it comes down to the good reviews. They always help. Surveys with the sales reps, I think, are really going to help. Now, just like the customers have things to say sometimes, and sometimes they're just, sometimes they're over the top, and they're kind of caring. There's going to be back and forth, and you know, I look to not overreact in any of the situation, just fix the problem. But like, dude, if our job is to increase productivity and profitability, we're looking at the departments by department. How can we improve efficiencies? And this means reducing expenses in the department. And this means whether it's technology, services, people, processes, you know, production's done a good job coming at the labor, and that's been one big win, right?
Yeah.
What's that big win?
It's almost $55 a square off of what we were paying for tile, tear off, and install.
Yeah, and there still might be guys that like Mario that charge a little bit more that I'm willing to work with if, you know, that's what you want.
I had another crew yesterday come in too, so there's almost three crews that we have now.
So we have options, and each one, and I found, you know, like how CMR pays, they pay off of the actual square footage. They don't pay off the waste. So basically, Mario, but they offer more money. I did the math both ways. We were paying less than CMR. I thought Mario, because I was double checking Dustin, and so I was like, okay, what are y'all paying fucking Mario? And I got the invoices from CMR. We're getting $225 a square. Now, it was off the actual.
Jeremy's paying $240.
$240. So listen. For tile. So Mario does good work. He did a bunch of commercial work. Everything was great. He's a good business partner. He works with us. He's more expensive. But
Do you want me to go?
all right. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Lee said, make sure to include problems that are up here, and I just put things up here, and this is the time where we're gonna discuss. Just make sure when we're discussing that there's not the side conversations going on, so that you're not missing something, because I'm giving input right now about like how we're gonna handle this. And then, so, because you guys have the great ideas, and we want every table to be able to hear them, so if one person's talking, be considerate and keep the side conversations down. We're going to discuss the problems up here, but if something up here reminds you of something else, bring it up. This is the time to talk about the problems, and we're going to talk about the solutions in a solution-focused manner, right?
Yeah, instead of the kumbaya breakouts, these are going to be actual KO to your face knockouts. No, I'm just kidding. No, so this is a problem. Sales are down. We all see it. We all see it in the weekly numbers. I mean, it has to do with a lot of reasons, but a lot of it has to do with last year at this time, we had a fresh storm. We were booming. We were on top of the world. And cool news is we had storm hit yesterday. You know, guys, across the whole, like St. Pete, multiple Sarasota, Bradenton, we had a lot of areas that we were working with new wind dates, plus a hailstorm in Pensacola and Panama City. Guys, there is a market condition we're fighting, and I don't know if you're aware of it, but the insurance companies spend a lot of money getting the people on the news to say that we're the problem. And it's harder to door knock and file claims because people don't want to be fraudsters. Is that true?
Yeah.
Huh? Has there been a lot of effort in, you know, making us to be the bad guys out here in the market?
Adjusters do it even after we file a claim with the homeowner.
Okay.
They badmouth us, call us scammers.
They call us scammers, they badmouth us, they do all these things.
I
This is part of the market condition that we're dealing with.
I was on a cruise, and somehow we got thrown in with some other people that were at our table, and there was one of my friends with us, and there was a guy from Florida, and he was telling us about that his storm was hit, you know, he's had hail damage, and how these contractors were just, you know, thieves and stealing and blah blah blah. And I said, well, I started the conversation. I made Lisa really uncomfortable because she's like, dang, you were like very intense with him. I said, well, I'm just sick of the insurance company, because it happens in my business too, where they make
Control the narrative. It's just like the fake news.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they got kids underneath churches and stuff, and they just make you act like. Come on.
But I think if public
It's messed up. The world that we live in.
If public
They
opinion
make us
is
watch
this,
fucked up movies and put it right in front of our face.
if public opinion is this, and you create content, especially if you are somehow able to convey that you're a trustworthy person, like probably your videos are very calm, and you know, you have a very trusting face, and you know what I mean, like you are able to create that with the customer. You know, there's this trust and with the relationship. But if you can do that in content, then somehow these are ways that you can fight that. And
all right, and I'll be honest with you, like when we don't share the wins on social, when we're not out there sharing all these things, then that's us not fighting this force out here that doesn't want us to win. Anyways, insurance companies, obviously it's tougher. We don't really have to get into that because we're still getting roof spot. It's just elongating the process. The faucet didn't turn off, they just turned the faucet down. And you know, as far as the economy goes, obviously it's harder for people to get approved for loans. Solar loans are a little harder. It's a little harder finding people, but dude, a roof is expensive they can't avoid. And if it's gonna save them money on their insurance, even if they're broken, they have not even great credit, is it still worth it?
Yeah.
It's still worth it. We're gonna talk about that. And that's really about how we're fucking right here. It's like, I'll give somebody a small lead that's a 20 square roof an hour away, and you'll say it's not a good deal. And you'll say, you know what, that claim, it's not even gonna have a good storm date. My point is changing our mindset would be, okay, that person could have got dropped by their insurance. Their rates could have just doubled. Now, I'm gonna punt that phone.
Okay.
I didn't know we
I got it.
What's the lead?
No. But the mindset's simple. That that could be a retail deal that you could virtually close, and it could be faster money than a contingency that's on a 40 square roof. And if it's a guy that really just wants the roof done and the payment ends up being the right price, the price per square, is it always cheaper when they're poor? No?
No, still can sell it for 700-900.
Still can sell it for 700 to 900. So we got to shift our mindset from insurance to retail. Company generated leads, trying to sell retail first, then doing insurance, offering everybody solar, getting this understanding of how the company generated leads are supposed to be handled, completed offer, follow up, using the presentation to close. Presentation was a big win, right? Everybody liked the presentation? On a scale of 1 to 10, where are we as a community or group at using that presentation as a, like, all in uniformity? I know, but where are we now? 3, 4, 5?
Who uses it?
Who uses the PowerPoint?
So 4, half, little less than half?
So you think we have about 50%
And
usage
if
on
the
the
sales
PowerPoint?
managers aren't doing it, then that means they're not.
So we have a proven sales process that we got everybody using the same process, right? Better than we've ever had before, right? Okay.
So what's the commitment level to using it? Does somebody need to say, I can't commit to using it now? I'm using it. Some of you put your hands up, but then some of you didn't.
Why they wouldn't use it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because we've never used one in the past, because with insurance, it's an easy sell. You don't need a PowerPoint. When you're selling retail, it's different. Why is the PowerPoint helpful?
I personally haven't used it.
Okay.
I've done 4 retail deals.
He does a completed
No
offer,
one's
creates
even-
his own proposals.
No one's even showed me the PowerPoint. So
Okay.
I'm not entirely certain of what you're even talking about.
Okay,
It hasn't been on any calls.
but so here's,
Some of us are busy at Tuesday at 9 a.m. They're like, if it's an important PowerPoint, I've said this in the past, if it's something that's a company initiative, then someone needs to get like everyone's initials acknowledging that this has been expressed to you. I'm on those Zoom calls, but I run appointments all day, every day. There's a build, every day there's an appointment. I'm busy. I don't even know what this PowerPoint.
I agree that that's another way is that you know that information has been given to that person.
Well, I
There's
happen to
definitely-
how
I know
often-
about it. There's
how
definitely
often
other
have you
people
seen
that
it
know.
from my
Since the very
perspective?
beginning, they're like,
Let's just say, Steven, I'm trying to roll out you making videos, and I talk about it all the time, and then you're like, well, shit, I'm busy. I don't really, I think the main thing is when you're in leadership, you don't realize how many times you have to show, what you have to do to hold accountable, what it means to get influence over a group. Find the key people that are the influencers in a group, making them get wins with it, then having them share the wins on the call. Obviously, I've heard a few wins of people closing with the PowerPoint, but if we're trying to create this as an initiative, as a standard, we should be sharing every time wins on the PowerPoint.
Or certain slides. Hey, I used this slide and this happened. Or this was a turning point in the sale. When I use this slide, blah, blah, blah. Oh, did you want to
Distract them, change the slide. All right, guys.
Wait, he's saying something. What?
So this one, my salesman will not return my call, and the roofers have damaged my car and driveway. I swear to God that we made a YouTube with this customer. I don't know where you got this complaint from,
I
but
just made it up.
well, turns out this
It's
really
real.
happened. I felt like, what? The wrong got the what? They left 5 days ago and the job's not complete. Well, turns out Lehi's over here didn't answer his phone. He was that guy.
Oh, that was you. I made it up.
Well, you hit a nail right on the head. You literally got the exact scenario, but Mike cleaned it up. We're all good. And then I went out there and did push-ups in her yard and pissed her off.
Yeah.
I hope she pays. All right, next.
Why would you do push-ups in her yard?
Yeah.
Long story.
She texted me a video of Lee doing push-ups in the yard. She said, were you just at the house? These guys are creeping my daughter out.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna stay here. All right, Dustin talked about reducing the labor, $55 a square on tile. We've also reduced on shingle as well, right? I don't know. Our shingle price is down as well, but as far as like materials, waste, I've got this plan. Okay, we're kind of, I don't know where we're doing this, but figuring out a way for the company to save money on peel and stick. Figuring out a way for the company to use our resources as a production team to lower the cost of materials. It's one thing that Ron, I want to try and get accomplished. Obviously, we got a lot of hurdles to jump through, but there is a lot of waste on jobs. What are some ways we can eliminate waste on jobs?
I got a solution. At least for peel and stick, Home Depot sells $8 a roll for
Yeah.
peel and stick. I
Yeah.
don't know why we just don't order
Yeah.
peel and stick from Home Depot.
Yeah, and store it and keep up with it and don't have any salespeople steal it.
Actually, my suggestion was stop putting it in the backs of like random trailers all over the state and leaving it behind and never to be returned again.
All right.
Because there's three trailers of it in the back right now. Like that's one way we can
All right.
save money on
All
it.
of our time.
Also,
I was planning on using.
like, problem jobs are adding to the cost. There's all kinds of things. For everyone that handles the problem jobs, let me tell y'all, the problem jobs sometimes start when their jobs are turned in incorrectly. The problem jobs sometimes are just really piece of shit customers. Sometimes the problem jobs are issues that we don't get handled, and the communication, it creates animosity between the sales rep and the customer. And not only do we have to like pay extra money to do repairs that hurt the profitability of the job, but basically it creates legal issues, repair issues, refund issues, collections issues. And there is a percentage of bad debt losses that we have. And every time that we are responsible for this, meaning we could have done something to prevent it, man, that's a loss that we want to change for 2024. So,
Oh wait, that's the wrong way.
what?
That's a huge one.
What is it?
Oh, yeah, reinspection.
Reinspection fees.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's next.
okay, reinspection.
And that, yeah, contractor's back charge.
There it is.
All right, so here's the reinspection fees, the missed deadlines, failed compliance. We've had all these. Keep going. We're gonna move quicker. All right. As I write each one of these down, any
Just use the arrow.
arrows?
Use the arrow.
All right, so I don't.
I got you tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna be real with y'all though, guys. Failed communication means that when there is a sense of urgency and a problem and a priority, even if you have to bark your way up the chain of command, that it's your responsibility to finish that. Jessica, what do you think it means when the sales reps don't take it all the way to the end with one of these things? Or someone in corporate, you know, whenever the communication just doesn't go through because there's a holdup or something unknown.
It's fantastic, actually.
We won't applaud.
Good stuff.
We won't.
Good stuff. Very good stuff.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff, guys. Bell.